Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Lucid. I've talked about them a couple times here on the channel. They had their nice all-time highs back in November and just came down ever since then, and came down again in January. Currently at $16.15. Over the last year, down over 26%. Past 3 months down 11.8%. Here in the last month down 14.82%. Here in the last week down 13.45%. So, and here's a look at today, actually in the green. So, but it's just been kind of dancing all over the place. Again, this is Lucid, ticker LCID. It's an EV, electric vehicle, designs, develops, builds energy storage systems for electric vehicles and supplies automakers with the battery pack system. Founded in 2007, $26.7 billion market cap. Today's high of $16.44, low of $15.95. So a little bit of play in there, so it's kind of right in the middle of those. 52-week high of $57.75 and a low of $13.25. 15.04 million on the average, and today's volume 11.65. Pretty much a buy and a hold at 43%. So again, it's just up to you whether you want to purchase this one or not. So like I said, I've talked about them a couple times. I've been watching it again. Thinking about buying a couple shares and just kind of seeing what it does. So I have quite a few EVs, but not much Lucid at all. So I come across this article and it looked pretty interesting. The Lucid Air car and driver new 1,000 mile EV range and charging king. So if you could get a car with a 1,000 mile EV range, that's going to sell, because that's the biggest drawback on a lot of EVs right now is 250 or 300 mile. I mean, that's nothing. So some people do that every day. So, but car and driver tested EVs on its 1,000 mile loop. The Tesla Model S was king, but there was no Lucid to test. So kind of interesting. But Car and Driver came up with the idea to take electric vehicles on a 1,000 mile loop to figure out which options are best for the EV road trips, the extensive loop factors in each car, range, and charging times. Publication says the Lucid Air is the new winner, knocking out the Tesla Model S out of the top spot, but there were issues as expected. So the Car and Driver first completed the 1,000 last year. It took 11 EVs on the same 1,000 mile route with the following checkpoints: Cincinnati and Athens, Ohio, Morgantown, West Virginia, Erie, Pennsylvania, CD headquarters, and Ann Arbor, Michigan. So the Lucid Air Grand Touring was the winner by a notable margin. Publication says the Ultra vehicle electric car completed the loop in 15 hours and 41 minutes, which is 33 minutes quicker than the Model S. The Air spent 95 minutes of the time charging. The Model S charged for 96 minutes on the loop last year. So winner by a half an hour. Car and Driver is clear to say that its victory didn't come without drama. Explains that Tesla's supercharger network is pretty reliable as a whole, so another reason to invest in Tesla. But don't take my word for it, so I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. Fast charging network still has its fair share of issues, so that's going to remain for a while. It's just the nature of everything: electronics, electric, charging. It's just going to cause problems. So they're probably constantly changing it, trying to think of better ways, just like everything else. It's technology. So as the Lucid Air Driver continued on, there was no public fast charging options around Athens, Ohio. That meant taxing the Air's range to travel another 377 miles while the EV made it with juice to spare. The chargers at the second location were down, and the 350 kilowatt charger wasn't working as advertised. Imagine how quickly this long-range EV could have completed the 1,000 loop in a charging infrastructure was working correctly. So, exactly. So, kind of an interesting little test that they did on these. So, it'll be kind of a fun little trip to take and see what would happen. So, but Lucid skating on thin ice. This is dated on the 23rd, so went up by 0.81% from the latest close price compared to recent one-year high of 57.75. The company's stock has collected minus 14.18% of loss in the last 5 trading sessions. MarketWatch reported on 8/13/2022 that used EVs how to navigate the tight market for pre-owned electric vehicles like the Nissan Leaf and Chevy Volt. I see quite a few Leafs and Volts here in Omaha, so starting to see some more Volts, even the newer Volts, and even some of the older styles, so, and then they quit making them for a while. Is it worth investing in Lucid right now? So currently a public float of 1.60 billion. Currently, shorts hold a 7.70% ratio of that flat. Today, the average trading volume of Lucid was 17.61 million shares. Their performance, it was down 14.18% for the week. The monthly drop, we kind of already went over that at the beginning, so feel free to pause and go over that. We'll go over some ratings here at the end, but they're showing an outperform, so kind of cool. The way I look at this one, it's $16.15 now. It was $57. It's got to hit that at some point in time. Here's the 50-day moving average. I mean, it's down almost at the 52-week lows. I don't feel it can really go any. I suppose it could, but I don't feel that it's going to. Everything seems like it's starting to go up here in the last couple days, but there's always room to go back down, but that's what she said. But just my opinion, and so I thought I'd throw that out there. So that's what she said, but you know what I'm saying. Another article here dated on the 23rd for today. So Asset Global Investments has a 5.22 million position in Lucid. So there's constant trading, selling, buying. But Global Investment reduced its stake in Lucid by 75.5% during the first quarter, according to the company in the most recent filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Institutional investors own 205,452 shares of the company's stock after selling 631,682 shares during the period. Investments limited holdings in Lucid are worth $5,219,000. So just think what that would be if it goes back up to $50 or even $40. So you double or triple that in the most recent filing. So here kind of goes over some more hedge funds. So feel free to pause and go over that as we have more articles to go over here. And that one still doesn't want to open. So moving on, Lucid Group shares acquired by Strategic Wealth Group Advisors Group here on the 21st. So they grew its holdings by 43.4% in the first quarter, according to the most recent disclosure with the SEC. The fund owned 22,349 shares of the company's stock after buying an additional 6,767 shares during the period. The Wealth Advisors holdings Lucid Group are worth $555,000 as of the most recent filing in the SEC. And here's some more news on some other hedge funds, so feel free to pause and go over that. And again, Bank of Nova Scotia takes a position in Lucid, dated on the 21st. So Bank of Nova Scotia bought a new position in shares during the first quarter, according to the most recent 13F filing. Institutional investor bought 8,852, approximately $225,000. And again, there's another snapshot of some more institutional investors. This article I found was kind of interesting. The Lucid intros 249K Lucid Air Sapphire electric super sports sedan. This is dated on the 21st, so if I spend that much on a car, that better last the rest of my life. That's just an insane amount. But so Lucid setting new standards with the longest range, fastest charging electric car on the market with the award-winning Lucid Air. Today introduced Sapphire, Lucid's new ultra-high performance brand, led by the new Lucid Air Sapphire, the world's first fully electric luxury super sports sedan. Last year, Lucid rocked the world with the launch of the Lucid Air. Fusion of unsurpassed range efficiency, superior driving dynamics, and interior spacing, uniquely enabled by our in-house technology. Today, with the introduction of the Sapphire Lane, the next logical step in advancement, the Sapphire being the first Lucid product to bear the Sapphire name, builds our technical prowess to take electric high performance to the next level. Sapphire represents a pinnacle of electric performances, finally achieving the performance that so long searched for, and the development work is the embodiment of the ultra-high performance luxury means to Lucid. Lucid Group Sapphire is among the most valued gemstones, prized for their brilliance, color, and hardness. Imperial Blue has long been the de facto national color for American motorsports teams engaged in international competitions. And Lucid's dedicated to ultra-high performance brand. Lucid references the history while setting new standards for innovation and technology. World's first luxury electric super sedan. At the heart of Lucid Sapphire lies the three-motor powertrain, the first from Lucid, featuring a new twin-motor rear drive unit and a single-motor front drive unit. So talk about power. If we go down here, feel free to pause and go over the rest there. The technically innovative electric motors incorporate Lucid's microjet stator cooling and wave winding. The twin rear drive unit also introduces new heat exchanger technology and heightened coolant flow rate. All important things for electric cars. This is what I think is really cool. The Sapphire 3-motor powertrain delivers even more horsepower than the car's dual motor siblings, including the 1,050 horsepower Lucid. That is a ton. I have a Cadillac, I think it's 275 horse, so this is like 3, almost 4 times the power. With our 1,200 horsepower, Lucid Air Sapphire is not only the most powerful electric sedan in the world, is the most powerful sedan in the world. Man, let's talk about power. With the vast power of the enhanced delivery afforded by the twin rear drive Lucid Sapphire to accelerate from a standstill to 60 in less than 2 seconds, from 0 to 100 in less than 4. Oh, that'd be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going 100 miles an hour, and standing quarter mile in under 9 seconds. Whew. Wow. If you have a Lucid, leave that in the comments. That would be awesome to talk to somebody. I have yet to see one. I saw a Rivian about a couple weeks ago, so I made a Rivian video. But over here on Reddit, what happens when your margin call is greater than net liquid market value? Thanks, Lucid. I think I am done. Principal was from 3 mortgages on the house. Wow. Tesla killer. Lucid missed estimates, cut production forecast, and delivered 679 vehicles in Q2, and their 39,000 pre-orders, yet on track to get your car in 14 years. Selling calls on Lucid. Honestly, didn't think Lucid actually made real cars until today. Lucid stock prediction in 2025, $150 per share. If that's the case, I'm going to buy nothing but Lucid, but that's up to you, and do your own due diligence. Over here on MSN Money, currently at $15.98, showing a buy with a $26 upside from the analysts. So that's all I have on Lucid. Like I said, if you have Lucid, go ahead and leave that in the comments. Sorry for a long video, but there was tons of info in here about Lucid, so I didn't want to make more than one video, so sorry about the length, but just watch it in 1.5, so, or 2. But that's all that I have on Lucid. If there's any other EVs, any other stocks out there you want me to make a video on, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to take a look at that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.